Chapter 6. After discovering the front door to Murph's Liquor was locked, two thugs busted the glass window across the door and ducked under the metal frame. Neither one wasted time hiding their identities. They were pale, angry fuckers, hair buzzed to nearly nothing, wearing white t-shirts with black suspenders. Each sported a small tattoo on the back of their heads at the base of their skulls, 3 simple dots surrounded by a larger circle. Their eyes bulged with fury and spittle flew as they screamed at Murph, pointing semi-automatics at the man. Nobody cares how big your gun is. Nobody wants to compare sizes. And yet fuckers like these always insist on whipping them out and shoving them in faces. The thugs didn't bother to sweep the store, and they didn't realize I was in the aisle behind them. I assume when they found the door locked, they figured the store was empty except for Murph. Bottle of whiskey still in hand, I pocketed the still buzzing phone and took a step forward. And then that strange reprieve from the sickening pull evaporated, like my sobriety on days ending in Y. The rage coming from the two thugs slammed into me like a sucker punch to the gut. I fell to a crouch in the aisle as a storm of anger erupted in my head. Almost instantly, it became a deafening roar. Sweat pricked across my skull, coherent thought took a leave of absence, and the room began to spin. The two thugs kept screaming, but I couldn't hear their words. The only world I could comprehend had started in the heads of the thugs and now existed in painfully vibrant living color inside my own head. It was a world of pure hatred for that goddamn ape-headed jungle bunny. Murph's molasses-like movement to empty the register felt even slower in the swirling chaos. Money, you fucking nigger! One of those guns whipping back and forth finally exploded from all the useless friction, and a bottle of alcohol shattered behind Murph, spraying booze and glass across his shoulders. Okay, fuck these cunts. I groaned something angry and guttural as I tried to claw my way out of that unwanted world of hate. I twisted the cap on the bottle and started sucking whiskey down, desperately focusing on the burning liquid as it splashed down my open throat, tearing bright lines of fire as it went. If the rage from the thugs was dialed to 11, taking the edge off brought it down to a 9. I could deal with a 9. Hey, fuck twats! I called out, pushing myself off the ground. The screaming stopped abruptly, and the two thugs turned slowly on their heels, obviously caught off guard that they weren't committing a racist lynching of a black liquor store owner in private. I rose to my full height, squaring my shoulders. One of the thugs looked a little more worried than the other. He hissed at his dickless fuck buddy. Dude, it's the guy! I whipped a whiskey bottle at his head, and it thunked sharply, dropping the asshole flat. Murph had wanted to know if I had become one of the bad guys. If what happened at Dockside meant that, plain and simple, Abe Owens had given up his last remaining shot at being the good guy. Murph would probably take this as proof, then, that I wasn't as bad as I looked. But the truth was that bravery is easy to summon when you have nothing to live for. Asshole number 2 swung his big gun up, but I was already charging down the aisle. I threw my shoulder into the punk and slammed him into the counter with the full weight of my body. The gunshot went wide, and when he tried to bring the gun around, I grabbed his wrist and twisted until he screamed and I heard bones grind and tendons snap. I knocked the gun across the floor and barely noticed the phone still buzzing in my pocket. Someone screamed from behind me. Fuck you, Owens! The first thug had scrambled to his feet and aimed his gun at my head. I grunted, trying to think around the waves of rage still splashing around my skull, creeping their way back up to a 10. Wait, did these fuckers know me? I pushed away from the sobbing asshole with a busted wrist. Another sharp click from behind me. I gently eased around and saw Murph pointing an obscenely large revolver past me, aiming it at the thug with the gun to my head. Some men whip out their big guns because they're compensating for something. Other men, when they do finally whip it out, aim to take care of business without blowing their load. All right, put it down, son, Murph said in his absurdly calm tone. I turned back to the thug. He was an arm's length away. The semi-auto was literally in my face. His chin was shaking, and the pull told me that his blinding rage had dissolved into a desperate fear. Murph continued to try to defuse the situation, that beast of a revolver steady as a goddamn rock. Now, let's not be doing anything. The fuckhead's semi-auto wavered, and I snapped into action. To hell with peaceful resolutions. My left hand swiped, knocking the gun out of my face, and my wrecking ball of a right whipped out and punched the thug in the nose. He went down hard, sprawled backward on the tile. The pull continued to ease as Murph's calming influence somehow numbed the psychic empathy down to a distant Nothing. The thug with a broken wrist sobbed softly. The buzz of my phone was suddenly all too loud in the quiet of the liquor store. You should get that. Murph commented passively, reaching for his own phone, no doubt to call 911. Weird dude. I flipped open the phone as I stepped back into the aisle to grab a fresh bottle of whiskey. Owens, I grunted by way of greeting. The response was fast and hushed. Oh, thank fucking Christ, where in the name of fuck have you been? Look, never mind that now. I'm stuck in a real fucking situation here. Fucking Valdez. I could tell from the agitation in her voice that it would be useless to explain how I'd been in the middle of my own real fucking situation. Slow down. What's going on? Dude, goddammit, I told you, I'm fucking stuck, she hissed from the other end of the call. You know, this is exactly why I wanted you with me on this. Didn't you get my fucking message? You know what? Fuck. No, it doesn't matter. Just get your ass down here for the love of fucking Christ. I sighed and briefly considered how my plan for the day, that beautiful, simple, booze-filled plan, was already getting fucked sideways. Where are you? I'm trapped in a fucking corpse cooler, Abe, Valdez whisper yelled over the phone. I turned slowly in the aisle, phone to ear, bottle of whiskey in hand, a portrait of idiotic confusion. The hell are you talking about, Valdez? There was an angry huff on the other end of the line. St. Charles General, I'm stuck in the goddamn morgue. The fucking refrigerator, to be exact. It's fucking cold and I can't open it from the inside, so get your goddamn fucking ass down here, you Rambo reject ambulatory jockstrap. She has such a way with words, especially when asking for favors. What the hell are you doing at the morgue? I can explain it when you bust me out of this fucking fridge, Abe. I looked down at the bottle of whiskey in my hand. Fucking Valdez. I was really looking forward to getting wasted. I'm on my way, I said before flipping the phone shut and pocketing it. I took the single bottle to the counter, stepping over the two thugs. Murph looked up with that same wide-eyed, distant expression on his face. You should split before the cops arrive. No need for you to get tangled up in any of this, he said. You sure you'll be okay? Murph chuckled. I don't think the fella you clocked is getting up anytime soon, and if the other guy tries something... Murph waved his pistol in the air nonchalantly. I grunted and fished a bill out of my pocket. I'll try to swing by tomorrow for the rest of it. Murph nodded slowly, like he was underwater, or under jello, or just under. I'll be here. Emergency sirens rose in the distance. I turned to the shattered door, flipped the lock, and pushed open the empty frame. Hey, Abe, Murph called out as I stepped outside. For what it's worth, you're one of the good guys. At least in my book.